Good evening, everybody. I'm Fictional Crystals, and something is seriously off with Shiro. Shiro has been acting rather off lately. Personality-wise, he's more cold. His casual clothes and hairstyle have changed, which isn't something you would normally see in cartoons, unless there is a reason, such as joining a different group with a different uniform. Shiro disappeared wearing his paladin armor. His old casual clothes are still in the castle. There was no need to change them to this, unless they wanted to differentiate him from someone else. His hair grew extremely long in a short amount of time, and his Galra identification code has changed.
Fugitive prisoner 117-9875 detected.
Subject Y0XT39.
He escaped from Galra captivity really easily in Season 3, and the Galra looked like he wanted him to leave. It was Stage 3 of their operation known as Corone.
Notify Command Headquarters. Operation Corone Stage 3 is underway.
Corone is the Japanese word for clone. As I'm sure most of us agree, the Shiro is a clone. If you want a more in-depth explanation on why, check out my other video of it. The reason the Galra chose Shiro specifically to clone is because of his time in the gladiator arena. He made himself appear bloodthirsty. He made himself seem like he had no attachments by injuring his friend, and defeated an opponent thought unbeatable. He earned the name champion. He was the ideal model of a fighter. The Galra wanted to make him their greatest weapon.
You could have been our greatest weapon.
But he escaped. However, that doesn't mean the Galra didn't get any use out of him. They managed to clone him, creating more ideal soldiers. This Shiro doesn't realize he's a clone. Several in the Galra Empire do though. This Galra was fine with him leaving because he wanted him to infiltrate Team Voltron, which he has done without raising any eyebrows. But if he doesn't know he's a clone and is meant to be doing stuff in favor of the Galra, then how does him being on Team Voltron help the Galra? Well, in one of the flashbacks to the experiments being done on him, you can hear the sound of a camera focusing when his pupils change size.
Response to optic stimuli.
The Galra could be using his eyes as surveillance. That way they're able to spy on the Paladins. Infiltrating Team Voltron is a big part of what they want to do. But that's not their only use for clone Shiro. He was the perfect weapon, the perfect soldier. With the ability to clone someone like that, you wouldn't only create one clone. You'd make several, if not an army of elite soldiers. The only issue is trying to control them. The clones have similar traits to the real Shiro, along with his memories, meaning they'd naturally not want to be with the Galra. So how would the Galra get clone Shiros to fight against the good guys when Shiro is a good guy? Let's take a look at the alternate reality Ahhhs. In this reality, the Ahhhs are the equivalent of the Galra. They had an empress. There were rebels fighting against them. They had domination over other planets and species, and wanted to spread their fake peace to other realities. They had a device called the Hawk that could take away people's will, making their enemies much easier for them to use. The Galra will be able to do something similar to the clone Shiros. Fans pointed out that in one of the Season 5 clips with Team Punk and Lance messing with the Sentry, when the Sentry was powering up again, the visuals are the same to this flashback of clone Shiro being tested on. That's a clever parallel. Relating Shiro to the Sentry, it shows Shiro's been reprogrammed for use by the Galra. He's simply one of many soldiers that look alike. Like a Sentry, the Galra find him disposable. When the time is right, they'll take away their free will and make them do their bidding. Something Hagar is likely to be capable of. At any point, clone Shiro could be used against the Paladins, like how Narti was used against Prince Sotor. It'll hurt the team. They're already realizing something's wrong for themselves. With them meeting with Zarkon and Lotor, them going to all these Galra bases, and the way Shiro's acting, they're bound to find out he's a clone. There's got to be more evidence for him being a clone for them to find around here.
I don't think Shiro has noticed.
But anyway, thanks for watching, and Rapids are.